What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be about ships and what I think are some of the best ships, and I wouldn't really say this is like a top 10, but I guess we can kind of do like a little list here of what ships are best, and especially best at Gear 13 now. Let's just go over here. I'm not going to really chat too much about capital ships. More importantly, you know, there's synergy, I guess, maybe with capital ships, I guess you could say, but not really. We're not counting any capital ships here inside the top 10. Only these actual ships here, like Anakin, Falcon, Ebonhawk, like all these other ships, as you can see down the list. So I think an easy number one here is right now at the moment with the Negotiator is Anakin's ship. I think Anakin's ship is number one in the game right now for his massive DPS. And also his bonus turns he gets whenever somebody falls below 100% HP. It's just a lot of fun to play with. I mean, additionally with this, he pretty much gets infinite amount of Valor. His Valor never is going to expire here, because he always regains it immediately whenever he loses it. So you got that. You get some big DPS on a basic that is just guaranteed target lock. And then also he has an AoE that can deal some massive damage, especially if you have the Relic 7 Anakin. And this is just a lot of fun, guys. And if you don't want to bring him in as a starting, well, you can bring him in as a reinforcement. This reinforcement's equally as good as all other really good reinforcements I want to bring up on this list today. It says, grant all allies accuracy up for 2 turns, and all GR allies offense up for 2 turns. And then it says inflict expose on all enemies that can't be evaded. It's just a lot of good stuff here in a ship. And the reason why it's number one here is because not only can it do some massive DPS, it has an AoE that can do massive DPS, but it works so good with the Negotiator and even with endurance. And heck, if you want to go crazy, go with the Chimera, man. I've done videos in the past where he does really good with the Chimera. Number 2 here on the list is going to be Han's Falcon. This one is very similar to Anakin in the same reasons why he can do a lot of pure DPS. He has an additional outmaneuverability on Han's special. It says here, pretty much outmaneuver means you have more evasion and can be countered, and you can't be targeted if unless they're taunting, you know. So it's just so good here. On top of that, he's going to be under an Akbar lead. He's going to be assisting a lot, and he can give out defense penetration on this Chewie special. So much DPS here, and especially if you have high relic on your Chewie and Han, this will do some big damage. So he's going to be number 2 out here on the list for our list today, and the reason why is because he can do a lot of DPS, and under Akbar lead, he's going to be doing a lot more hits with the assists. So that's him. Number 3, not everything here is in order here, but for number 3, it's going to be Houndstooth. Houndstooth is going to be number 3 for a lot of different reasons, and maybe if you guys really think so and you believe he's number 1, I think that's okay. I think he's going to be number 3, especially with these newer ships coming out. He's going to be number 3 for a lot of different reasons. First off, he can get a taunt, and he can't lose his taunt as long as breach is sticking. And yeah, you can pretty much get into a loop where he's always taunting pretty much. And also, he gets protection up stacking whenever he gets hit or damaged by an attack. And he gets TM whenever an ally is hit, whenever he's not taunting. On top of that, if you want to run a reinforcement here, that's cool too. You're going to get some more counter chance stacking whenever he resists a debuff or a detrimental effect, and he gives out tenacity. For the most part, though, you're going to be running him as a starting 3, right? And a cool thing here on his basic is that you can dispel his debuffs and then gain his HP protection back if he's taunting. So easily number 3 here because of how tanky this guy can get. Gear 13 Houndstooth is probably one of the most durable things in the game right now. Keep in mind, guys, that this is before Y-Wing is even in the game, and this is really kind of before you're going to be seeing a lot of Hyena Bombers, and this is before Malevolence is even in the game too. So right now this is kind of without Y-Wing introducing to the game, or without Hyena Bomber. So right now I think he's number 3, but we're kind of prepping him to be number 3 because I think these other guys like Hyena or Y-Wing will kind of take his spot depending on how well they are in their specific lineups. But the cool thing, and why I think Houndstooth is number 3, is because of how much usability you get out of him and how many different variations you can get. He can be used pretty much everywhere. Anywhere you can think of, he's going to be really great in. So that's why he's number 3 on this list. Okay, so number 4 was a bit interesting for me to kind of choose here. I was thinking TIE Silencer. And then I'm like, oh man, well, I can't forget about Phantom. I think Phantom is really number 4 here because inside of Akbar teams, you're going to want Phantom to be the reinforcement here. The only reason why this ship is number 4 is because of the reinforcement. It says here, Phantom 2 gains stealth advantage offense up for 2 turns and reduces the cooldown of call reinforcement on the allied capital ship by 1. This pretty much means that you can get into another reinforcement ASAP right after you use this guy as reinforcement. This is so important in a lot of different lineups, especially in the Akbar teams, so that you can kind of just cycle back to either like a Cassian Ewing or an Ebon Hawk for a Dispel, or another Tantra if you want to run it like another Tantra like Sunpack or Houndstooth. On top of this, you're going to get a lot of DPS here on this maximum impact special. And also, he can taunt as well. There's so many cool things here and so many cool synergies with the Rebels and Akbar that this is easily a top 4 for me and number 4 on the list here. Besides that, he has some really good synergies with Target Lock. He can even give out some more health and protection, or protection I think just to Wedge here, or to Biggs rather, Biggs, the taunter. So yeah, number 4 here is going to be Phantom. Number 5 though, oh man, down this list, it's gonna be getting a little bit tougher, and we're really looking more into how people are synergizing well with each other. But right now, without going too much into the synergies, I think TIE Silencer is a great ship. He's gonna be number 5 here on my list. And the reason being is that, yet again, like Anakin or Falcon, he can dish out some big DPS here. And I don't really think he is, he's not really tied to any specific team. You can really run this guy pretty much anywhere. My favorite spot to use him is under Thrawn lead because of the extra crit chance that Thrawn can give out to everybody. But this Afterburner reinforcement is very underlooked by many people. At Gear 13, as mine is right now, you get even more stacking offense, and he's going to get a little bit more faster. He's one of the fastest ships in the game, and on top of that, he can dish out some major damage if he is reinforcement, or if not, he's going to get a lot of stacking offense with his unique here. Pretty much whenever he's damaged or whenever he hits a target-locked enemy, he's going to get some stacking TM, or not stacking TM, stacking offense and TM until the end of the encounter, which, as you guys can believe, it's going to hit hard. So yeah, this guy, not only you have all that going for you, well, he can stun on a basic if the guy has more than a half turn meter, and if they don't, he's going to get advantage. And guess what? He's going to do 100% more damage if he has advantage. There's just so many things to love about this guy's ship. Easily top 10 in this list. He's going to be number 5 in this top 10. But this guy could easily get higher up on the list depending on if we get more first order capital ships or more first order people and more ships to add to this entire team. I think you take this guy, you take in some a new first order capital ship, and that could easily be a dominant meta or just a really strong offensive team to kill a lot of different teams here in the game. So that's number 5 here on this list. Okay, so number 6 is another one that's not really too synergistic with a whole lot of teams, but it can dish out a lot of hits, and it can give a lot of TM. And this guy's name is Ebon Hawk. Ebon Hawk is such an underlooked ship as well, kind of like TIE Silencer. This guy has one of the best reinforcements in the game. Not as good as Phantom in my opinion, but he's still very strong. What you're going to get here is you're going to dispel target lock on all your allies and grant them chaff. And pretty much what chaff means is that you can't get target locked at all as long as the buff is remaining there. And then on top of that, you're going to dispel all buffs on all enemies and inflict evasion down on them for 2 turns, which can't be evaded. So this is such a huge, nice thing here, especially if you're fighting, you know, the Millennium Falcon teams. And if the other Millennium Falcon does happen to have the outmaneuver buff, we can just strip that away and go straight for the Falcon, and it's really strong. People don't really think this guy is that great, but as you get him up in gear for these 2 pilots here, for T3 and for Karth, this guy can dish out some really good damage. And on top of that, he's going to be giving out some more TM right here to himself on this critical cargo. It says right here at the bottom. Whenever he crits, he's going to gain 30% TM. And also, he's going to get Foresight for 1 turn whenever he is critically hit. And he has some more added bonuses for the cargo ships. And then on his basic, this is probably one of the coolest things for this ship here. It says here, grant another random buffed ally 15% TM for each attack. And guess what? This guy can double tap. So you're pretty much giving out 30% TM for each double tap. And it can count for... you know, himself too. It doesn't say other ally. It just says other. It just says ally. Ally can mean, you know, himself or another person. So this guy can really just get, you know, a lot of turns in with his crits, and a lot of turns in with an extra TM on basic. On top of that, he has a dispel. And on top of that, he has, or where is it? This one right here. He can inflict target lock, or no, he can inflict buff immunity and dispel target lock from all allies. It's just such a good, ship here, guys, and I can't recommend this enough. He's going to be number 6 on this list. Okay, so number 7, this is where some of the more synergies come in with all these different fleets. Right now in the game, Negotiator's a little bit more stronger than the Akbar team with the Millennium Falcon, so what we're going to do here is chat a little bit more about Negotiator. And there is one more Falcon team or Falcon crew member that I want to bring up here soon. But number 7 is going to be Ahsoka Tano's ship, her Jedi Starfighter. Her reinforcement's nothing crazy. She can dispel buffs on target enemy and get some more max HP. But you run her as a starting 3, she can immediately dispel a taunt or whatever it may be. And also on this little cleanse, whenever another ally does happen to have a debuff and she has a debuff, she can cleanse her debuffs and then give out retribution for those who are debuffed. And you can get a really cool thing here with the Houndstooth and Anakin getting retribution up in a mirror match or in a Falcon fight where they're going to be attacking all the time. And on top of that, with this little thing here with her special on shutdown, this is going to be resetting itself whenever somebody is called into reinforce. So she can really just pretty much keep on removing taunts and buffs every single time is whenever somebody is reinforced, which is cool to me. Now on top of that, if she's attacking somebody with target lock, she can give out offense up, and she has a % chance to give it to herself. This DPS on this ship isn't as crazy as Anakin, but it can do some crazy hits. And on top of that, this is a very fast ship, in my opinion at least. 193 can outspeed a lot of different ships in the game, and just this special with the shutdown and being able to kind of cleanse herself and kind of keep the battle going with her hits is going to be a very strong person in any Negotiator or Endurance ship in fleet. So this is number 7 on our list. Very briefly, number 8 is going to be Baran. Kind of the same reason as Ahsoka, but I find this guy to be a little bit not as good as Ahsoka. A little bit worse, but he's still solid. I like his reinforcement a lot more than him as a starter. You can remove TM, and if they go back down to 0% TM, he inflicts target lock. And then if that is the case and everybody gets target lock, well, he can do his big, huge, massive AoE right from the get-go, and it deals more damage for each target locked enemy. And on top of that, if somebody is target locked, he can dispel buffs on them. So I think this guy is extremely strong. And on top of that, he gains stacking offense, and he loses. It's kind of weird. He gains offense, but he loses defense, which is kind of strong. And he can give out TM and lose TM. So it's kind of weird. But this guy's DPS is very strong. The dispelling on basic is huge, and I think this guy is easily number 8 on our list. Alright, so number 9. This guy is another great reinforcement. Not as good as the other reinforcements we've been chatting about, but this guy can bring a lot to the table, especially in a Galactic Republic fleet like a Negotiator. Well, this guy, he has okay specials, but the most important thing is his reinforcement here. He can dispel all debuffs from all of his allies, and then they all recover 40% HP and 40% protection. It's just such a strong ship for the reinforcement here, and that huge cleanse is so awesome, especially in GAC when you want to maximize your banners. So this special right here is the one you want to use as soon as you get out of the reinforcement. This is it right here. You're going to gain, or all allies gain 40% TM, and all GR allies gain health up and protection recharge for 2 turns. So you can really just give out a lot of protection if they happen to lose any. And then his other special can grant a taunt and give out protection and dispels, and gives out crit immunity for if they are a GR ally. So there's just so many cool things here. I expect this guy to go up in the ranks as we get some more GR ships, and I guess maybe if we happen to, maybe some reworks, I don't know. But this guy is easily number, I forgot where we are. No, this guy's number 9 on our list, and let's move on to our number 10 here. Nothing crazy. I was going to go for Cassian's Ewing because he can also dispel all the buffs on all enemies, but if you really want to get a really strong Akbar team here, you got to go for Biggs. Biggs is extremely useful here. He can also taunt, and he can recover his protection whenever somebody becomes target locked. So he can really stack up all these hits, and on top of that, he has a call to assist whenever somebody's target locked. So there's just a lot of cool things here. Probably don't want to run him as a reinforcement, but if you do, he can get an instant taunt here whenever he's inflicting a target lock. So yeah, easily number 10 here. If we were to continue this list, I would probably go Cassian's Ewing right afterwards. But that's our list today, guys. That's my list and what I think is the most important ships in the game right now. And as we continue getting some more content based around like these malevolence characters, ships, whatever, or not resistance, the First Order, stuff like that, I think it'll be really fun to see how this list changes in the next couple months. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. If there's anything you guys maybe think I'm maybe missing out on or I shouldn't have said here, let me know in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy the video, give it a like, share it around, and sub to my channel if you guys are new here. We do a lot of different videos on this game, so it would be muchly appreciated. Besides that, we do have a Discord and a Patreon channel if you guys want to go check out those and help support me there. That's it for me today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.